probably in the Bible as well. Fingers are meant to be put inside beautiful women's mouth and their other parts.
I'm not your fucking errand boy. Nobody should be. Hey, Mike, what's going on with this? How about you fucking reach down between your nutsack, grab it, and say, oh shit, I am a man.
They just don't get it.
I love y'all. I love you guys. You love me.
This is how you know if you're doing your burpees the right way. See that cut on my finger? That's from when you hit the summit, toe touch, you go down. I drag my hands and toe touch coming back up.
Alright, a lot of people like to talk shit about me and my brother Wes. I don't care, that's my brother.
Well guys, it looks like the alpha male goober show just never seems to end at this point. Because only a few days ago, in our last video, we were watching good old Wesley Peg Watson just continue to receive a hardcore pegging, where he was basically trying to stay relevant at all costs and resorted to crashing out over the phone as he attempted to be a life coach in a prison trying to give other people life advice. And it was of course as ridiculous as it sounds. But along with Wes going wild, we also now have his little team that used to just glaze and write his meat at all cost and have still been continuing to do so, also acting like dipshits at every chance they get. And there have been two goobers recently that have been just going above and beyond to make themselves look stupid. And the first one would naturally be Crowned Jose, aka Wesley's little plaything, where Jose is not only doing all of the uploading for Wes, but is now even posing in his house with this sus-ass little picture right here, along with wearing Wesley's fucking shirt like he's his girlfriend. And then on top of that, he's continuing to flex Wesley's house by posting his own mugshot on the TV that Wes used to always use, and acting like it's cool or hard that he's doing so, when the thing he got locked up for was basically entrapment of a woman. So Jose has just been living his best life, and is pretty much literally trying to become Wes. Like, I cannot make this shit up. And on top of everything you just saw, he is also uploading these different little videos where he is basically replicating the exact way that the Pegster used to talk, and is talking about how people love him and doing the whole you love me bullshit, while at the same time is defending himself getting manicures for some reason.
Alright, quick little debate, and I need the girls' opinion on this one, because I have some dudes trying to talk shit that I get manicures and all that. Alright, from what I know, and this is probably in the Bible as well, fingers are meant to be put inside beautiful women's mouth and their other parts. So if you're gonna do so, keep them fucking clean. So it does not make you more of a man or less of a man if you have proper hygiene and you like to stay clean. I mean, you guys are hating on me, and I'm still giving y'all game to make your relationship better and to just be better in general. Whoa, I'm such a great person. I love y'all. I love you guys. You love me. But I just miss my people. I mean, like, what's the topic right now? Am I even still a topic? We could all just agree everyone loves me. It's okay. But back on program. I mean, I'm slowly getting back to my habits. I've been partying too much. I'll admit it. I've been having a little bit too much fun. Get a little distracted, as everyone knows. But it's all good because you live and you learn. So who cares? That I lived it and I loved every second of it, so I don't give a fuck. But yeah, slowly getting back in the gym, fucking working on myself again, building my discipline. It takes time, but we'll get there. As should you guys be focused on that as well. It's very important not to get distracted out here. But other than that, just have a good night. Have a good night. Go pull a bad bitch if you can. Go hang out with your family. Go do whatever the fuck it is you like to do, because in all reality, it could be way worse. So just enjoy the night, man. Enjoy life. That's what I'm trying to say. Enjoy life.
And I don't know why the little freaky deaky segment that was in the middle of the first clip was even necessary, because we all know that the only place Jose is putting his fingers would be in good old Peggy. And he has just been posting a shit ton of these goofy ass videos where he's yapping about the most random bullshit, and is still just continuing to adapt Wesley's language, and is even copying some of the things he was saying over his phone calls from prison, like that whole segment about how he's done partying and it's time for discipline, which was the exact same thing that the Pegster said on his very last phone call. But you see, Jose isn't the only person who's trying to take Peggy's place, because there is actually another goober out here who is just as big of a glazer, if not bigger, than Jose. Which of course would be Mike Feny, aka the guy who got the name of Crybaby Watson, due to the fact that he was crying about how much he loved Wesley. And you see, Mike Feny has been going above and beyond, and has even changed his content up a little bit to respond to the haters, and has really been doing all types of shit just to glaze Wes. I mean, we have seen him not only posting himself listening to old coaching calls, sitting there really locked in and probably bricked up under that table.
It's all possible. No one really understands that self-mastery is your true aim. Once you've mastered self, you can do anything you want on this earth. But people don't spend the time, and they don't take the time to develop themselves as the individual who can pull off anything. So I mean, I just tell them it's not how, it's who. And then steps for them thinking like how. Honesty. Self-mastery depends on self-honesty. So you're gonna have to get in the mirror and say, who would I listen to?
But he must have missed Wes so much. But we also saw him take the coaching calls into his own hands, just because that's how much he missed his poppy, and started hosting them himself every single weekend. So he is literally trying to take Wes's spot in that.
FYI, we're having that call again tomorrow at 5. I'm going to send out the links to the people that are already on it, the ones that said they're going to join it. And if you're interested, DM me and I'll send you the link. Have a great night. I'm outie. Run it up. Too easy.
And this is not where him trying to take Wesley's place has even began to end, because as I mentioned a few minutes ago, he has changed his content in a way that makes it even more like Wes's. And we have been recently seeing the goober doing shit like driving around in his car, ranting about all of the Wes Watson wannabes' favorite topics, which is macros, and then getting mad that people are using ChatGPT for their macros instead of paying for his very overpriced courses so that he can do it for you. And I can only imagine that someone turned him down and said I'd rather use ChatGPT, and that's what fueled this little crash out. But you gotta love how it inspired him to hop in his car and just scream instead of focusing on the road.
Tell me they can use ChatGPT to get their macros. I know you can. So do it already. Let me see it. Run it up. I want to see you do it, but you won't do it. Part of the program is accountability. The second part is ChatGPT doesn't look at you, doesn't see your size, your fat, how you hold your weight, how you can dial in the macros to the gram. And what happens if your macros plateau? All macros don't work the same for every person. Each person's body works differently. But you go to ChatGPT, you get what you get, you plateau. You don't know how to reverse properly, don't know how to cut properly. Well, you know what to ask ChatGPT when you feel weak, when you feel depressed while you're cutting. Well, you know how to get through that. Will you be worried if that's how you're supposed to feel? When you reverse, will you know how you're supposed to feel when you feel bloated? Will that be okay? Will you adjust your macros? But you go to ChatGPT. Let me just see you do it already. You're telling me you can, but you can't do it. I did this to help people, raise them up. I have empathy for you because I used to think I'd go to ChatGPT, but I never went until I was held accountable. That's the difference. Run it up, say too motherfucking easy.
And I don't know if this is the goober's idea for an ad to try to get people to sign up, or if it's just him blowing off steam, because a lot of people are telling him I'll just use ChatGPT instead. But it is far from the only car rant he's been doing, and the only attempt for him to try to get people to sign up. Because when he's not ranting about macros, he's also just going on these weird little tangents about how he was scared to hop on the scale this morning, but did it anyway, and he was actually lighter. And he then follows it up by freaking the fuck out, doing a shit ton more yelling, and then saying that you're not man enough to get on the scale, but if you sign up with him, he'll make you man enough to do so.
Tell me how many times this has happened to you. Tell me how many times this happened to you. This morning, I was walking around feeling heavy, feeling super heavy. I did not want to get on that scale, but today I got to. Friday, we check in, we give our weight. I did not want to get on it. I knew I was going to be heavy. I knew it. I did not want, I was avoiding it. I stood on it. It said 184.6. Has that ever happened to you? Nope. Nope. You walk around, don't want to get on it because you know you're heavy. But this is what it is. When you lock in those macronutrients, you stay the course. You stay disciplined. I felt heavy. I still lost weight. Damn. Hop on my team. I got you. 2 to 3 times the fat of weight. This shit is too motherfucking easy.
So clearly, good old crybaby Watson here just has the car ranting on lock, where you just drive around in circles and scream about random shit, and then you've got a couple videos for the week. But there's also another thing that he has really picked up and has been really pushing lately, which is responding to any type of hater or any type of person who somewhat annoys him. And it started off with people basically asking him about Wes Watson, since he's always posting him and he's always bringing him up and he's always glazing the shit out of his knob. And of course it ended up upsetting him because he doesn't gossip, and he then got mad and of course went on a little rant and responded to it.
FYI, to everybody out there, I don't gossip about other men. I don't gossip about anything in general. I don't talk shit about other people, about their business. You want to know something about someone else? Reach out to them and talk to them personally. I don't do third-hand fucking conversations. That's what Wes told me. Don't gossip, don't respond. It's fucking weak. You want to know what's going on with someone? Reach out to them personally. Man the fuck up. I'm not your fucking errand boy. Nobody should be. Hey, Mike, what's going on with this? How about you fucking reach down between your nutsack, grab it, and say, oh shit, I am a man. Maybe I'll reach out to him myself. And don't take this personally, but it's just fucking stupid and pathetic and weak. Stop asking me what's going on with another man.
And you gotta love how, during his rant responding to this person, he recites one of his teachings from good old Peggy, which is don't gossip and don't respond, which we all know is a lesson that Peggy doesn't follow, and naturally Mike doesn't either because he's constantly responding. And I don't even know why he's so butthurt about it. The guy wasn't even shit-talking him or Wes, he was just asking if Mike thought that he did all of that, with all of that being beating a woman, and if it might have actually been true. And Mike of course doesn't want to talk about it because it just makes his idol look bad, and he would rather just glaze the living shit out of the alleged woman beater instead of actually possibly somewhat calling him out. And after this, he of course continued to respond to people who were talking about Wes, where people were trying to tell him that he basically got used and scammed by actually following Wes's program, and that Wes doesn't give a shit about him. And of course, this hurt Mike's feelings too, because he couldn't stand the thought of his poppy not caring about him.
This is the other kind of individuals I come across. They don't gossip, but they sincerely care about my well-being, my mental state. They tell me that Wes doesn't really give a shit about me or my family. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. But the problem is, I don't expect anything from them. I don't need anything from them. I already got what I need from them. Help save my life with this message, this guidance. That's what you don't get. You guys think I'm doing this to get something. Something to get. Show my gratitude. Show how much he helps him. I send his message, you dumbass. You think I give a fuck what you think about him? But you sincerely care about my well-being. How about you start worrying about yourself and care more about yourself than me or Wes Watson? How about you start looking at other people and stop wasting your time worrying about me for some fake bullshit? Start stacking W's.
So obviously, even though it appears that Wes seems to be a woman beater, that will not be enough to stop Mike from glazing him and riding him at any cost, and is not enough to make him stop acting and trying to replicate everything that Wes did. Because these weren't the only responses he's made to people. When he hasn't been trying to defend Wesley, he's also making these little videos basically responding to people in the captions and in his comments, where he talks about how after he responds to them, he's such a badass that they end up deleting their caption, and you shouldn't be a weak person like them, and all types of goofy shit that you know didn't happen.
Tell me if you know about them. The ones that write in the captions something negative, something weak, something disrespectful, and then I respond to them. And then they respond one more time, and then I respond again, and then I go to look at it, and they've removed their caption from my post. How weak is that? How weak is that? And these are the same ones that were spout off about other people on their post, this and that, and they can't even stand on their word in my caption. Man, look down between your legs, grab those balls that you felt when you wrote that stupid caption, and sit there and say, I can let it stay there. I can listen to Mike's response. I don't care if other people see it. I don't care if he's right. I don't care if that hit me deep and he really knows about my insecurities. But man, stand on your word. That is so weak, but I love seeing it. I love seeing it. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Stay weak, because the strong men see that, and we rise above. And we just kind of enlighten you.
And yeah, for someone who doesn't like to gossip, or who doesn't like gossip, he seems to do it a fuck ton, to the point where he's even bringing up people in his comments and going on this little rant about how they can't handle what Mike brought to the table there with his response. And he's even gone as far as to post his little beefs that he's having with people that were potential clients or something, where he is mad about the message they left in his DMs, and he decided that he was going to pretty much gossip and posted on his social media saying that they weren't man enough to call him or to talk to him in person. So I guess he just chooses when he actually wants to gossip. When it involves Wes looking bad, then he's not going to do it. But when he thinks it makes him look cool or like a badass, then he of course jumps on that opportunity right away.
It is the weakest of all men. See this guy up here? Sends me a 6-minute audio message telling me how I'm weak, how I need to get my money right, how I need to move out of the apartment complex, how I'm so insecure, how I talk all this BS online and I'm a different person, yada, yada, yada. But guess what? He doesn't have the courage to call me up, talk to me on the phone. Doesn't even have to look in my eyes because he can't do that. But just talk to me or FaceTime me in person. But he spent 6 minutes leaving an audio. That's weak, gentlemen. That is a major insecurity my guy has here, right here. Not to call someone up and talk to them in person. You need to find the courage. I'm talking to you. I'm not going to put your name out there. Find the courage inside to call a person and talk to them. Let them know how you feel. I'll listen. But that's what a lot of men do. They'll talk. He'll even leave audio messages on a message instead of calling someone up and explain to them how they feel. Because I hurt his feeling. Because he said he needed my help holding him accountable. And I called him out and said he wasn't a savage, so he told me I'm a savage. Then he told me all these different things, and I told him I can help you with those insecurities. Full 15, 20 days later, he leaves me a 6-minute audio about how all my problems. Look inside. That little boy that's screaming out, that little boy that's screaming out saying, Mike's this, Mike's that. I can help you push him down and build a real man inside. But all those insecurities are popping out. Gentlemen, here's what you need to do. You have a problem with someone? Call them up. If you don't have the courage to look them in the eyes, at least talk to them. And we're not even in the same state. This is weak, guys. Very, very weak. Run it up today too easy.
And yeah, as you can tell, all of Wes's little Wesonites are just in shambles without him here. And they're all trying to do what they can to step up and fill those shoes. When in reality, none of them could ever be as big of a lolcow as he was. But damn, they are sure trying. And I think that's enough of these downright clowns for one day. Because I'm sure we're going to get plenty in the next couple weeks as they continue to look stupid and they continue to get mad about people basically just responding to them. So if you enjoyed, please drop a sub and a like and join the Saints Mafia where we are flaming all of these dipshits. And I'm out. Watching Wes's students continue to look foolish, and peace.
Alright, a lot of people like to talk shit about me and my brother Wes. I don't care, that's my brother, but I want to come on here and give you guys a little bit of a backstory of how I came into the circle and how I earned my spot. Alright? Because at 23 years old, it's very hard to come into a circle that's very successful and have no skill set to bring into the circle, have no money to really bring to the circle, except just my name and who I am as a man. But at 23 years old, I was already trusted with a $6 million Bugatti to take out whenever I wanted. I was the only one that really had that trust. And it might sound stupid to y'all, but go ask a rich homie right now, let me borrow your Bugatti, and they'll tell you no, it's not gonna happen. So, just letting y'all know. I was trusted with keys to the house to live there. I was trusted with hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, and not once did a dollar ever go missing. Not once. And that just shows you who I am.